All right, this is about how France is under attack actually by the EU and also by Britain. Britain is secretly attacking France grievously right now and has been for at least 30 years. Okay, so France has a serious mass African immigration problem like you've never seen. It can almost call France part of Africa now. There's so many Africans arrived. Literally 10 million have arrived in 20 years, and there's already a whole load there already. So, and then when they're there, the Africans are killing the French people, especially the French women are getting brutally treated and killed. Now, so France is under attack, actually invaded, not by the Africans, no. It's actually the British upper classes, the anti-art world. They've invaded France, and their army are those Africans. So the British upper class have gone to war with France secretly, and those Africans are really the British people. All right, so the British are the anti-art world. They hate women depicted in art. They hate anything to do with women. The anti-art world is led by the gay community, and the gay community are at war with France, and they fill France with Africans, who's the army of the gay people. The gay people's army is Africa. It always has been. We have it in Britain. They are the hunters. British Africa has invaded France grotesquely in the last 30 years, and now they're killing the beautiful French women. That's a war, my friend. Now, to deal with this, there's a couple of ways that I can see. The first one would be, well, the British upper class and the anti-art world have culminated into the EU. So the EU is the anti-art world, and they specifically hate France. So France is the art country, a sovereign country, and they love women and art and the Queen. Right now, in the British upper class hate sovereignty. They killed Princess Diana was killed by the British upper class, the anti-art world, whose army are those Africans from ancient times where England is connected to Africa and brought African hunting into France, and that they brought the Africans into France to go hunting on the French people. That's a war, my friend, and it's also a war that is not recognised properly. It's going on behind the curtains, and the French are dying in the meantime. The art world is dying in the meantime. Well, I'm an artist, and I find this deeply offensive for the whole art world. I speak for them. Right, so France is under attack by the EU, which is centred in Brussels, Belgium, north of France. So the EU is led by the anti-art world that is literally founded in England, and they are the anti-art world. Is British upper classes, not all of them, but most of them. All right, they are the Law Society, for instance. That's the anti-art world. They've banned women, all right, in art, and they've created something called anti-art, which is led by gay people, and that's what they're doing, and they're gay paedophiles as well. So the anti-art world is actually led by 15 gay paedophiles, founded by 15 gay paedophiles, and a lot of them are lawyers. And then they created their favourite situation, the EU, and now the EU is also the face of mass immigration into France of Africans that are brutally killing the French people. So Britain is at war with France, and they just don't know it yet, the French. They are aware they're being invaded, that's for sure, but they don't know that it's coming from the British upper classes, the bad side there, in the anti-sovereign upper classes, and the anti-art world. And then the lawyers, which are British, are very much involved in the high law society, which is the anti-art world. They've created the EU, so you can say the EU it has those British intentions, and that is to destroy France. EU is led by the anti-art, founded by the anti-art world. Those lawyers are all the anti-art world. All right, so for France, that's under attack. You can see that it's done by Britain is at war with France. They've been at war with France for hundreds of years, and this is another one. And this time, the British are using their hunting friends, the Africans, and they put them into France to go fox hunting. That's upper class, British as well, and the anti-art world. So they're also the EU in Brussels. So the resolution to end the pain that France is going through right now, and it's serious pain, they have to get out of it. It's an absolute must. So now the French need to not only invade Brussels and Belgium, because that's the anti-art world, that also the British upper classes are very involved in the creation of the EU. For instance, the EU is a system of destruction for Europe, and if you notice, the British upper classes have opted out of the EU because it's so destructive. They don't want to be using their own medicine for other people on themselves. So that's why the Britain doesn't use the EU, the euro rather. Okay, so that's the only reason we don't use the euros, because the euro is the bank's very destructive inflation, and it's destroying Germany right now, especially France with mass immigration. Ireland is getting destroyed, so is Spain, Sweden, and all the countries that are using the euro. Right, so England is the only country not using it. They created that, very much involved in the creation of the euro and the EU. The very British upper classes are in there. The lawyers, the law society is the EU, the anti-art world, anti-France, anti-beautiful women. All right, and currently the EU is at war with beautiful women all over the Europe, and right now Zelensky is attacking Russia. Okay, so Zelensky is the EU. He's mass African immigration into France. So for France now to see this war, open those curtains and go, oh my God, now what we need to do, and in French, if I could speak in French, I would say French needs to invade Belgium immediately, right on the border there, and to take their Belgian people as prisoners. And keep them in your houses and sell them as indentured slaves to counterattack the mass immigration of Africans into the middle of France, which is meant to destroy the art world. What France is known for is meant to destroy sovereignty that France is known for. And now France needs to defend itself and not stand by and watch this happening. It should never be occurring, all of this, in the first place. And it's very hard to avoid when we don't really know why the Africans are coming in en masse. France is very perturbed by the whole situation. They've got their protest groups, that's for sure, like Marine Le Pen, who I support. I support Macron as well. Any president of France I support, and I support them to defend themselves, and they need to defend themselves, and the way to do it is to go to the anti-art world and enslave them. They're the gay community, my friends, and they've destroyed France because there's the free women there. All right, they're currently killing the Russians right now in their thousands. Well, they've done this in France as well. The Africans have killed hundreds, tens of hundreds of beautiful French women who have been brutally killed by these invaders. Then this is all organised by a British war against France. British Africa has invaded France. Okay, so now France can invade England. Yeah, that's true. But it'd be easier if France invades Belgium and then goes for the EU, closes that down. And the way to do it would be to go into Belgium, take them as slaves, and sell them to the French people. So the EU effects on France has been devastating. Okay, it's also devastating in Germany. They've now got Merkel, for instance, has been a disaster for Germany. The new leader, Alice, she's the AfD party that's just come in Berlin, and they're now in power in Germany. Well, she offers a hope for Germany, a first sign of hope since the Second World War, and this is really good to get them some resolution to the mass inflation that's literally ruined Germany. Okay, so now in England, the upper classes, the fox hunting community, are just a corner of the upper classes, and they hate sovereignty. They hate the royals. We have the upper classes who killed Princess Diana. They've given Kate Middleton, the lovely Kate Middleton, lots of death threats, violent death threats coming from the gay community in Britain. So people like Nigel Farage, Tommy Robinson, Keir Starmer, Rachel Reeves and Angela Rayner, they're all really supporting of a great sovereign country. And we need that because the upper classes are trying to destroy sovereign Britain like you've never seen with gusto. They've done it and they've created the euro that has destroyed Europe. Just using the banking and the currency system alone, let alone the mass immigration. I really support Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson greatly in their support to get rid of these rogue percentage of the immigrants that are very rogue and destroying and hurting our British girls and killing them too. And this is going on way too many times. And that has to stop. They have to be returned immediately. And we urgently need a political force that deals with this exact problem right there and doesn't overlook this issue like mainstream politics tends to. They tend to be rather polite, liberal, kind of leftist, which is basically killing our country with stupidity. No logic behind what they're saying. It's clear that these immigrants are here to attack us, yet they appease them. That's mainstream politics, my friends, and it's very, very destructive. The upper class hunting community love that. They created that leftist movement. So that they can bring in these African hunting system into Britain, but it's in France with Augusto, and it has a big problem right there. So I support Britain and Tommy Robinson's effort to get rid of these immigrants that are doing this kind of catastrophe. So some more about the EU. Well, it was actually founded by the anti-art movement and lawyers. And then your British upper class, the fox hunting side of the upper classes, and they're anti-sovereign, and they killed Princess Diana. That's the group that have created the EU. Now, the EU has a history in France, and they used to be called the Galerie des Maisons. And it was then the great artists in France that conquered the Galerie des Maisons, because the Galerie des Maisons was nothing but a bland group of artists, extremely bland artwork. The women, it was very unexpressional. Art came a long way after the Galerie des Maisons. For instance, Expressionism in Germany and the Bauhaus, and then in France, Degas, Monet, Manet, and the great Lagarde piece, The Train, which started the French riots. Because the gay people offended to the modern artwork that was occurring around the turn of the century, and this changed France and put France on the map. It's also the evolution of the human race. Is more than just art. It also created a more refined engineering that influenced Holland, Indo-Holland, that went to Germany and created the car. Certainly car manufacturing was created by the Bauhaus, the art world, and car manufacturing is why everyone can afford a car. It would otherwise be 50 times more expensive. So the art world and engineering are very intertwined and part of the modern evolution and the human societies and evolution. And the EU is the Galerie des Maisons, which is the very basic, bland and pre-European Europe. Mr. Bland they are, and they're not wanted. They're also very cruel. They're not only bland, but they're very cruel. What they're doing in France is diabolical. The poor blonde French women are getting thrown out of their houses by Africans as the Africans move in. You can see how bad the EU is, and that France needs to invade Belgium immediately, take slaves and sell them as indentured slaves of any sort. The French are very improvisational and can certainly think up of things that they can go and do, and to keep their slaves imprisoned until mass African immigration and the British upper classes return their Africans back to Africa. Okay, so about the EU, it was founded by a lot of lawyers, Central European lawyers, and then those lawyers are the anti-art movement is anti-sovereign, and that's why they're destroying Europe, because Europe's owned by the royals, okay, the queens. All right, now the EU is the anti-art movement, as I explained earlier, the Galerie des Maisons, Mr. Bland and Mr. Cruel. Well, he's also a gay paedophile, and that the EU is founded by the anti-art movement, which is led by 15 gay paedophiles. 15 gay paedophiles, no heterosexuals in the head of the EU, that are extremely bland and exceptionally cruel. And then currently, in recent times, just yesterday, they killed 1,000 people in Australia in a nightclub. That's actually done by the EU. The MI5 will be able to tell you these things. I'm sorry that most of you don't know this, but it's known by the MI5 that attack in Australia just yesterday, killing 1,000 people in a nightclub, was done by the EU, led by 15 gay paedophiles, and have attacked Australia, insinuating something. So the EU is ultra corrupt, and we now need France to invade Belgium to help all the countries out there that are under attack by 15 gay paedophiles that are insinuating something and then killing thousands of people. Let's look at the Zelensky war against Russia. Okay, so more about the EU and the anti-art world that leads Zelensky's war against Russia. So let's look into that and find out more through the anti-art world. Well, he is the anti-art world and the EU that's founded by 15 gay paedophiles, no heterosexuals there in the top area at all. Okay, so that's serious pedophilia, my friends, and they're now attacking Russia. Right, so the anti-art world includes pop art and artists like Lichtenstein, Rauschenberg, and Duchamp. Okay, so Liechtenstein and Rauschenberg, they hate Israel, those guys. They hate Jewish people. And they are also Hamas. That's right. These people are Hamas. They're pop art. They're killing the art world, killing anybody to do with women. So the fashion world is also under attack by Zelensky and the anti-art world. And then Duchamp is a anti-art world artist, and he created a piece called "The Bride Stripped Bare" by Bachelor's Even. So this is the explanation of that is they're stripping the brides naked, bare, and raping them, and it's done by Bachelor's Even, the gay community. So the women are getting stripped bare and raped by the gay community. That's what The Bride Stripped Bare by Bachelor's Even, created by the anti-art world Marcel Duchamp. That's also pop art, and that's what leads Zelensky. He raping women in all the European countries, not only Russia. Okay, he plans to do this to Sweden, to France, to England, to America, especially America. He's going for the women there, planning to strip them naked and rape them, funded by the gay community that want to do that. The gay community are ultra paranoid, ultra mentally ill, proper schizophrenics. They are attacking people who are not attacking the gays. People who attack gays amounts to about 0.1% of the population. It's or even like 2% of all the major crime out there. is hate towards gays. It does non-occurring crime. It's a non-occurring crime. Hate for gays in Europe. Okay, so and in Russia and in America, and Marcel Duchamp is Zelensky. Okay, anti-art world, anti-Israeli, anti-Jewish. They did the October the 6th massacre, killing over 100 innocent Jewish people, festival goers at a festival in Israel. And that's Zelensky's group. They're also Hamas. Zelensky is Hamas, and they're the gay community, and they're at war with the plan to strip the women naked and rape them, raped by the gay community that hate women. And this is their abuse, domestic abuse as well, of the women in Europe and Russia. Zelensky is also attacking the women in Europe, specifically in Europe. It's coming next, by the way. So whoever funds that, well, we need to find out who you are and ignore you from forever, because you're disgusting, you're foul, you're intolerable. Now, so that's what the war in Ukraine, Russia is all about. It's about the anti-art world and raping the women, raped by the gay community, over and out. So Zelensky is the EU, and that Zelensky's been put in by a group that are also called ACME Demolition that did 9/11. Right, they're attacking America specifically as well. Okay, so they're also attacking France. Zelensky is the anti-art world that loathes France and the French art and the French women and sovereignty. They are working with the group that did 9/11. Zelensky is ACME Demolition that did 9/11. And this is a raping of a country. And then he's doing this one country after another. He's already raped France with mass African immigration. They did 9/11 to attack America, and they're now using European funding money to kill thousands of Russian people. They're the anti-art world that's led by the gay community. The gay community are ACME Demolition, and they're also Hamas. They hate the Israeli and Jewish people, and they slaughtered them on October the 6th in Israel. So Zelensky is Hamas. Anyone funding Hamas needs to be questioned on the world stage and totally ignored thereafter.